single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hey guys, so I wanted to get on here real quick and fix my hair. No, I wanted to get on here real quick and tell you guys the things that I am glad that I had during this process. So I'll probably be triggering at some point today or tomorrow. I told you guys in the last clip that, there's only 2 on each side that are growing. So we are on cycle day 12 and day 10 of injections. So the things that I am so thankful that I had was ice pick and a heating pad. Both of those things were extremely important during this process and will probably continue to be, seeing as though I have more shots and more things to do. The heating pad, when I went to bed at night, was like the best. Laying it up against my stomach, trying to get comfortable. I didn't have as many follicles as I guess people did, which is probably the reason I didn't feel a lot towards the end, like now and yesterday. But I do tend to feel it a lot more at night, and I don't know if that's because I've been working all day and, that type of thing. So, heating pad, best thing I ever had. So, I'm glad that I am eating healthy and all of that stuff. It was I feel like it was extremely important for reasons like this. I went to the store, I went to get my nails done, me and my girlfriend, and I was starving. I hadn't ate all day. All I had was a smoothie, drank the smoothie or whatever, but I didn't have anything else to eat, and it was getting so late, and I had to go straight to work. I ordered a slice of pizza. Probably the worst thing that I did, because when I ordered the slice of pizza, I instantly felt bloated and just miserable for the rest of the day. So I would say eating like a healthy, balanced meal was really important during your IVF process, you know what I mean? To help you with bloat and, just feeling yucky all day. Another thing that I'm glad I had that I didn't think I would need was gauze. The gauze, I just didn't think I would bleed because I was numb in my stomach, or so I thought. But after poking yourself so many times, eventually your skin and stuff starts to break down. And you begin to bleed now with every poke, especially if it's in that same general area. So the gauze were important. Oh, what else? I needed an insulated bag. I don't know if you guys, a lot of guys that I talk to, they work during the day. I work at night. And so I needed an insulated bag and those ice packs to not only numb areas that just were so tired of being stuck multiple times, but I needed the gauze because I bled every time, and it was good to have to rub, whatever. Band-Aids. Another thing that I didn't think I would need, thought it was stupid, looked at everybody else's videos, was like, oh no, I'm definitely not going to waste $2 and whatever cents to buy some Band-Aids. Thankfully, I didn't have to spend the $2 because my husband had already bought Band-Aids for himself. But Band-Aids were important. The reason that I thought it was stupid was because, number one, I didn't think I would bleed. I was like, oh yeah, I'm not going to bleed. This is probably dumb. But the most important reason is because you do tend to forget what side you poked yourself on after a while. After a couple of days of poking, you forget. And I forgot. I totally was forgetting. And it was frustrating because I would forget and I had a more sore side than the other side. So it was important for me to finally get the Band-Aids for that reason that I could remember. So sorry guys, when I didn't believe that it was no way I could forget what side I poked on. Who do I think I am? Some kind of genius? Anyway, yeah, so that was one thing. That was another thing that I'm like so glad I had. I'm also glad that I had. I have a 50-ounce jug. Now, this is not a necessity, but it was just important to me. I drink a lot of water, a lot of water, like a lot. But during this process, I was so angry and like, not angry, I'll say. I was just down. Like after a couple of days of getting poked multiple times, going every other day to the doctors, getting poked, coming back home, getting poked some more. Like I was miserable. So like I would drink water, but I was just like, man, whatever. But this 50-ounce jug would let me know if I drank the whole thing that I drank at least 50 ounces. So that was something that I felt like was a good thing for me to have. Now, this is not necessarily going to be a good thing for everybody to have, but the Band-Aids, the ice pack, the heating pad, the gauze definitely was important. Very important. Very important. Let me think. Is there anything else? I don't know if you guys like watch a lot of the YouTube videos. Obviously you do if you're watching mine. So hey, welcome. How are you? But I read like a lot of places where like people were like not laying on their stomachs, and I am a stomach sleeper. So it's extremely hard for me to not sleep on my stomach. It was especially hard to not sleep on my stomach with my ovaries growing, even though they didn't like get crazy, but they still grew and it was uncomfortable. I had to sleep on my stomach, and to be quite honest, that was the most comfortable spot. And then I looked in a forum and I seen a person say, you know, well, it was way more comfortable for me to just sleep on my belly, you know, rather than on my side or on my back. And they were like, you know, what are you going to do? You know, how would you, I mean, if it's comfortable for you, then do it. And that's what I would say, you know, if your doctor allows it, because I'm by no way, shape or form a doctor. But if your doctor says it's okay, like sleeping on my stomach was like the most comforting way. And I could put the heating pad like right underneath my stomach as I lay on my stomach, and it covered my whole entire area. So that was a good thing to have. Another thing that I found with the injections was that my skin got extremely dry. Like my hands, really more than anything, my hands got very, very, very dry. So I have vitamin E oil that I use on my hands, and it definitely worked and did the trick. That is it for now. I'm sure there'll be some other must-haves, but the main must-haves: ice pack, heating pad, and gauze and Band-Aids. Very important. All right, guys. See you on my next video. Oh, wait. I did have something else. So, I also found that it was important to have a pen and paper next to you at all times, somewhere in your house. If you're downstairs, you need to have a pen and pad downstairs. If you're upstairs, you need to have a pen and pad upstairs. If you're in your bathroom, you need to have a pen and pad in there. Because the doctors, as you know, are calling you whenever. And you need to be able to write down your numbers, your estradiol numbers, your estrogen numbers, your LH, your FSH, your progesterone levels. Like you need to be able to write those numbers down. And write down whatever instructions they're about to give you, because more than likely, or if not, they're either keeping your medicine the same, or changing your medication, or adding the medication, or adding some more medication, giving you your appointment, like telling you, okay, you have to come in the day after tomorrow, and you got to get blood work and ultrasound, and your appointment time is at blah, blah, blah. And sometimes I didn't have a pen or a paper handy, and I would have to like get up out of bed and run all over trying to find something. And with a sore belly and, you know, not feeling so great, it was irritating to have to get up and find those things. So that was just one extra thing. Just one extra. All right, guys. Make out a part of all your decision making. I will see you guys in the next video. And I should be getting my update soon, so y'all will get it too. See ya.